Hey, Crypto Hotep here, again with another video. This going to be a trade review on the crypto ACH or Alchemy Pay. Haven't really looked at Alchemy Pay in a long time, so very happy about this trade. This trade was a winner. So we'll get right into it. This shouldn't be a long video at all, but again, just showcasing my methodology, my strategy for trading cryptos right now, um, and what I was looking at, and how I noted my levels and the overall movement of price. Before we begin, as always, please consult a professional before you start trading crypto. Crypto is a very volatile asset, and nothing I say is for financial advice, but more so for my edification and to ensure that I'm following every step and every strategy of my trading journey to the T. So with that being said, we'll jump right in here. So as always, I bring the receipts. Let me just drag this over here. And as you can see here, this was on March 1st. I said, haven't looked at Alchemy Pay in years, but a very clean opportunity here from what I saw. Chart is good with higher lows and a break above the key level right here. If it closes above successfully for the day, I would expect that bounce to 0.035, which was right here, the next key level up. Okay. And then I did buy in. So that was on March the 5th. I did buy in to ACH at 0.028659, so closer to here. I put my local target, and it was a red day for ACH, which is always good. I always like buying on red days. So I was officially in that trade. Okay, we'll move these receipts out the way here. And as you can see here, this was a successful trade. Just going back to our first step, as always, keep ourselves honest. We are going to the monthly chart. Just as a review for people who aren't aware, my key levels are drawn off of the monthly time frame, and I use this blue rectangle tool as well as a horizontal ray. And on top of that, I'm a higher time frame trader along with a straight spot trader as well. So this was a straight spot trade on Coinbase Advanced. I personally don't trade futures or contracts or use any type of leverage anymore. Okay. So with that being said, we'll go back and go to our line chart. I use the line chart to kind of smooth out the price action so I can see those key levels that I need to notate that have had a drastic movement in price. So here, I did note this level, and we could see that this was resistance, but then this was support as well. As I always mention, always look for the overlap. My assumption is here there's a wick overlap right here if we switched. And there was, as you can see, a wick overlap on the candles. So I marked here. I did mark here as well because I did notice this little indentation here and then here as well at 0.021430. Now let's go down to the weekly chart because on the weekly, I like to notate where the potential move is for daily support. So again, follow me. I usually go to the weekly and the daily to find daily support. And the reason I go to the weekly so I can add more validation to that daily support. So here, when I went to the weekly, I noticed potentially this area right here. So what I would do is I would essentially put my horizontal ray tool here. Let me just make that a line. And so I would, just looking at this, I can tell price bounced off as support, and then here price acted as resistance. Now again, we're looking for overlapped wicks. If we don't see the line actually come in contact with your horizontal ray here, Go ahead and click the candlestick chart and you can see that price has touched multiple times here. Okay, so we have further confluence that this area may not be the exact area, but this area will draw in price in some form or fashion. So then I go to the daily, and now I also see, okay, we did break above this level here, and we have price acting or having resistance to price at this level, and we finally broke above. So what I did was I did mark this level out as daily, as the nearest daily support for this trade. And essentially what happened with this trade, and we can move right back into regular candlesticks, and you can see my buys right here. I just had one buy for this trade because it was fairly quick, at 0.028659. So very on par with the key level, literally inside the key level, which I always like to make sure that I'm at least buying in a key level. And this was a completely great buy in my point. Now, one thing I could have done was I could have waited for another green candle above to solidify my validation of the area of the key level. But I did what made me super interested in this position was the candle prior right here. So this candle here made me interested, and the reason it did was because we have a small body long wick to the downside here. That's typically where you can call a liquidity run, liquidity grab, sweeping of the lows, any type of phrase you want to use. But you know, 7 times out of 10, you can expect price to reverse and go back up from this candlestick. Because even though it is a red candle, the red candle body is very small. So not a lot of bear pressure on price. And you can see that the bulls were trying to push price up. So I got in here thinking that that price would just kind of go right up from there, you know, right from my arrow. But again, we did have that liquidity dump, that whole crypto liquidity dump that knocked out about 1.1 billion this week. And that was this candle right here. But as you can tell, this candle basically wicked through our daily support that we had here. And it just level set back into this range between the daily key level and the monthly key level. One thing I did tell myself was if if I get another couple red candles in this area right here, then I'm going to cut the trade because I'd rather buy further down here, maybe for a move back up. So I don't want to stay in this trade because I'd rather buy cheaper here and then get a quick kind of like dead cat bounce up here if that were to present itself. But again, all that was a liquidity run. And because we hold spot, we're not getting scared out of our position at all. And I held the position because price came back into this range. It bounced off of daily support and pushed up, and today just produced a monster candle actually through the key level, as you can see, grabbing all that liquidity. And right now it looks, you know, we still have 20 hours left in the daily candle, but it looks like there's some resistance right at that level that I did mark out as the target, as you can see. And that generated to about a little bit over 20% win. So all in all, a good trade, a very smart trade just for you spot traders as well, or maybe some people looking to trade spot or going all in on spot instead of leverage in future contracts. I can tell you one thing, if I was trading a contract or perpetual futures, I would have gotten my account probably would have gotten blown, and or I would have gotten stopped out of this trade off this one candle here. But because I held spot, not a lot of leverage, and I'm actually holding that coin. I was able to hold through this. Price came back up into this range, and essentially was a winner. So I tried to make this video as quick as possible. As always, if this video helped, fantastic. Hit the like, subscribe, and let me know if you guys would like me to chart any coins or what else you would like to see. All right, thanks guys, and happy trading.